Peterborough's greatest groundhog of them all. He lives in a groundhog hole right under City Hall, right under City Hall.
Can't think of it, and I'm sure there's lots.
And Puxtawanny's Mill, but Peterborough's, he's the king of groundhog.
How am I supposed to look?
Am I looking right at the lens, right?
So did I just start with this one time? Is there mustard on my face? No. This is a funny story, is that okay?
Can I use people's names? Okay. Do you mind that we interact? You don't mind if I promote Arizona Iced Tea, do you? That's refreshing.
Right under City Hall, right under City Hall.
About the story of how Jane was born. Well, what I found interesting about Jane's birth was that we went to hypnobirthing class and to try to teach me to relax during labor, and the plan was to have her at the hospital using a midwife, using the hypnobirthing, and everyone kept asking me all the time, what's your birth plan? And I kept saying over and over every day to like at least 5 people and to myself that she was going to be born in 4.5 hours and everything was going to happen so quickly that we weren't going to have time to make it to the hospital because I didn't want to go to the hospital. And I think that I said it so much that it actually happened. So she was born at home and in 4.5 hours, and we didn't go to the hospital. So I think it's all positive affirmations, so I believe in positive affirmations now. And that's my story. Okay.
Once a stranger, while I was working at the market here, came by, and as a random act of kindness, he gave me $100. Yeah. It was really, really nice, and it helped to change my life. So yeah, that was a really nice thing that happened at the market. Yeah.
They were making a movie down at the lake.
Yep.
I ran down. They blew up a yacht. The guy goes, "Cut, thanks a lot. They were making a movie. I didn't know." Isn't that awful?
When was that?
A year ago. I got right in the middle of it by accident. I had no idea. You never know, do you?
This one time, after one of many rainbow dances in Peterborough, which I always enjoy, I was walking home down Charlotte Street with a hot dog. And I sat down in the shrubbery near Shoppers Drug Mart to enjoy it. And I guess I had gotten tired and I fell asleep in the bushes. And I woke up, I think about an hour later, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning at this point. My hot dog was on the ground, and so was my cell phone and all my other belongings. At which point I decided to walk myself home. This is why I love Peterborough. Oh, yes. That is an embarrassing story. Yeah.
He claims he didn't recognize me because I'd switched coats with my mother and had her alarm going on because she figured it was cold in Canada and it was June and the hottest summer they'd had. I was supposed to be going to Sudbury, and they said, "Oh, you're switched. You're supposed to go to Peterborough, you see. So you're going to Peterborough." So, my luggage had probably gone to Sudbury, but it hadn't, I don't think. And so anyway, he said, "You had your mother's coat on. You'd bleached your hair." I bleached my hair. And he didn't like that one. You know, I told you he made me do it back again. So the first thing that happened on our drive to Peterborough in Gordon's old Hudson or whatever it was, a Ford, the tire blew and it skidded. And he had to stop and fix it. We finally got to Peterborough, and it was my my second wedding anniversary, because like Johnny was overseas for my first anniversary, and he sent me some red carnations somehow or other, and so when we got to Thelma's, he presented me with a bouquet of red carnations and a chenille house coat, pair of silk stockings, what else? I don't know, there was something else. And then Anyway, the next day he took me downtown and bought me some slacks and a neat little jacket and a maternity dress. And in those days on George Street, like, you didn't have to stop at a meter. There was no meters. In fact, I think they still had some of the tram lines up. They used to have trams.
And remember they used to plow the streets with the horse? In Peterborough? In Peterborough. Now, what year was that, Don?
We moved up here
Interview Don.
from Toronto in 1968. And the thing that we found the most unique was they used to plow the sidewalks of Peterborough with a horse and a hand plow. A guy walked behind this thing with his big wide plow, and it was really something different. Like, now they could do it with a machine and the romance is gone.
My great uncle, he lived on Crescent Street, right at Little Lake, and what he used to do, he used to heat his house with wood, and he used to go out on a little punt, pull himself out, and then he'd use a canoe paddle to go out, and he'd pull logs out of the water and take the logs up on the shore and lay them on shore, and he'd let them dry, and 2 or 3 days later he'd come pull them up. He was close to his house, which was maybe 100 yards from shore, and that's how he heated his house. He'd pull all his logs out of the water, and that was from logs from maybe 50 or 60 years ago when they ran the logs down the rivers. They would be stuck on the bottom of the Little Lake, and they'd pop up every now and then. He'd go pull them out. Some were huge. Some would be 2.5 feet, 3 feet in diameter. He'd have a heck of a job pulling them in this little punt. But he'd pull them up, get them on the shore, and he'd start cutting them apart. He'd try to get them up to the house. He did that until he was about 65. Oh no, he was about 75 when he stopped doing that. No.